you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we interplay here. They come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped the 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
On the other side of the field for the visit. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Through the Jew. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And in recent seasons, he's really elevated his game and become one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL when he's out there leading his squad. He completed over 72% of his passes last season, which led the league, and he's looking to be even better in this season.
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. An early task. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
And the Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. From the gun, it's Tua. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
Down, took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Here's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Bradley Chubb. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So the Packers offense backed up here to begin their first drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you bring out a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
10 yards on the pickup.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Now again, it's Hubbard going left. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. The Packers have 1 and 6 now. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard. They played well.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case,
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. So first and 10 now from the 30. After the turnover, it's Tua. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Look at this Packers defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers, takeaways they call it. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
A gain of 14. First down, Panthers.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Here's Allen. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bucky Irving, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packers offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
First down, here's Estimel. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Panthers' 23.
Levis out of the shotgun now. He's got this complete to Burden. They'll come out facing 3rd and 5.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Levis. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Levis. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. George Pickens from 17 yards out. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
So only even at 7 now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. A run up the middle with Irving. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
That's good. Panthers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun to give to Spears. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Now Tua. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Number 7, Bucky Irving. It's a gain of
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
3rd down.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense and Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Levis looking to throw. Will find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Levis sets up the throw here. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Brzee coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. On 4th down on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. The Carolina offense about ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
It's a gain of
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Encroachment of the defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one down the line of scrimmage.
Looking to pass. Tua. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Irvin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From midfield, here's Tua. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Levis. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and less than a yard.
Levis will sneak it. And he's going to have the Packers' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
As we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On the counter, this is Hubbard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Levis back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5.
to it. Setting up shot to throw again. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time. He was able to knock it away.
So one first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Levis to throw it. Open man down the field. That's Burden. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Luther Burden with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
All year from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Now after the touchdown, here's Bunker on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. That one taken in by Neighbors. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Tua going to throw. That's complete. It's Neighbors. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That one caught by Rice. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Packers now to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Steelers, and they lead this one as well as they start here 1st and 10. Well, bootleg here, Levis. That's complete to Chuba Hubbard. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, Levis. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards and time on 2nd down. sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. That they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. And Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, Parker, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
At the 20-yard line.
Once again, it's Irvin. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with it over.
Oh, poor throw there, and it's intercepted. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the outlet. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. George Pickens with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Panthers coming out now. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Second and a couple. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Tua. Throw inside is complete on the diving effort. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's good for our Panthers. First down. A gain of 31 yards. And the Panther first down.
with Urban. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Allen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
A gain of 26 yards. 1st down, Carolina.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On play action, here's Tua. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will slide down with the 1st down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Tua. They'll set up the screen for Spears. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. 3rd down, they go with Urban. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this one is right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go around. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's good for the Packers. 1st down.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
12 yards. And the Packers, 1st down.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and
Levis looking to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he didn't quite have the back spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
First down. It's a gain of 35. First down, Panthers.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now at Lambeau. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. They'll run the draw with Irving. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
From the gun, it's Tua. Throw out wide, going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll try and run here with Irving. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown.
Bucky Irving, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage partners. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Point conversion.
And someone a little too eager to block this extra point. Henceforth the flag. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
I think we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The home team's offense had quarterback Will Levis ready to go to work once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Packers' 35-yard line.
Off the play action. Tagovailoa. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They bring him in off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 8-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. His pass caught with the 4. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken a fourth quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to a go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. I think we can figure out what they want to achieve there, right? Making a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to put some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin this series with a give to Hubbard. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 35-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 39 yards there, a big one.
Packers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
10 more yards. Complete to Luther Burden.
Pass to the right side, caught by Burden. And we'll get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Luther Burden, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have retaken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to present. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead.
Panthers 22.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge, and fire out.
Looking to put a drive together. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They fake the handoff, now Tua. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Looking to pass. Tua. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another 3rd down on the decline, it brings up 4.
Now that's small football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Back to throw, it's Levis. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Brian Brzee picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down as well. And it looks like this is going to be all for naught. So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead, as that leads us to 4th. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing in this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling with this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his athletes put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now. Now back to throw. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. They'll run a draw now with Hubbard. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Now a 3rd and 6. Levis out of the shotgun now. He'll try and do this himself. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And he stopped immediately there. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And once again, not much running room, if any at all.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game. But to come in this late and knock him down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
So now the Panthers down by 10, 30 seconds to go. Well, their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Panthers 1st down.
And now the spike comes with 15 seconds on the clock. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Tua. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
A loss of
final try for Tagovailoa. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. So a win here for the Packers, and it was thanks in part to the play of their third-year quarterback.
Yeah, sometimes you just have those games where everything's clicking, and this was one of those days. He wound up with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. He was large and in charge all day long.
So for Green Bay, it's a rare win, just their second in these first 8 games. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.